All right, welcome back to the 2021 PGA Championship. We are joined by Brad Marek, who closed his championship today with a 76. Brad, breezes up a little bit today. You played some good golf. How'd you feel out there? And one last spin around the old Ocean course.
I think I played harder today. It'd be really interesting to see what happens late in the day. But it was the firmest this golf course has been by a wide margin. Even early on, I mean, I had lob wedge into one, and it landed 15 steps short of the pin and released all the way to hole high. It's a really big challenge for me. This golf course I don't think suits me all that well, and then when it gets baked out a little firmer, it's hard. I'm not long. I don't hit it super high, so it's a challenge for me to get a lot of birdie looks, and I didn't hit it that well today. Just probably out of energy. Been a long week, fun week, but long.
Sure. Did you experience that reverse wind that people have been talking about for most of the week that was coming for the weekend? Did it happen?
Yeah, it was totally opposite. I mean, yesterday on 4 was probably the best example. Yesterday I hit a driver and a 3-iron into 4, and today I hit 3-wood pitching wedge. So you guys can do the math on that, on how much longer that's playing. But it's just tough. I mean, when it gets this firm, holes like 5, where you got to land it on the downslope, holes like 14, I need it to be a little bit softer, I think. It's just not. It's really hard for me when it gets like that. But I battled. Too many loose shots today. Putted pretty well again, but just a few too many loose shots. I thought they can think of 5 right now that I'd like back that were just kind of silly bogeys, just bad swings, and that's it.
All right, let's open up the floor here and go to Jeff on 7.
You made a great birdie at 15, and is there a bit of an internal fist pump when you get through 17 with a par today?
Well, I thought I made the birdie putt. I mean, the first day I had, I think, 50-footer, and I don't know how I did the exact same thing today. It has to turn in on the right, and it somehow stays out there. Both of them ran over the right edge. The first day and the last day ran over the right edge where I thought they were going to just turn into the middle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was 17 does not hold a fond place in my heart. But I take a lot out of it. I mean, I was, hanging with some of the best in the world for 52 holes. Yeah.
And as much as this is your dream, obviously it's a shared dream.
Mm-hmm.
What's it mean to share it?
Support's awesome. I mean, I get off the course and my phone has, too many messages to count on email, Instagram, text message, stuff like that. Texting with one of my juniors the other night, like he has aspirations to play out here, and if I can make the cut in this, I mean, he can, I think it should help, people understand that if you put your work in and put the time in, that anything's attainable.
Ryan on 6.
Yeah, Brad, I just was curious, after 4 rounds of the PGA Championship, are there any lessons you think you'll bring back to those juniors in California, and just explain to them kind of the process and what you went through and what they could learn from it?
Yeah, I spent, honestly, a huge goal of this week was to talk to a lot of the coaches. I plan to talk to a lot of the coaches, watch a fair bit on the range. Wanted to try my best and try to make the cut. I thought I was going to have a lot more time to, half of me kind of thought I was going to have some more time to do some of that stuff. I did talk to a lot of the coaches. They were all super, super helpful, and learned a lot from them. Learned that a lot of the stuff that I'm doing with them and a lot of the drills and the ways that they're practicing are, what some of the best in the world are doing. So, from a teaching perspective, that gave me a lot of confidence that I'm, doing things right. Picked up a few things that I'll definitely add to my teaching repertoire. And then, from a playing standpoint, I don't know where I'm going to finish in strokes gained putting, but I know going into the day it was pretty high, and strokes gained around the greens. I mean, if you throw out that 17th yesterday, I think I'm in the top 10 there in strokes gained around the greens. So, for me as a player, like, just need to get better with the stuff that I know is my weakness. But this was, really proud of the fact that I could come out here and represent for the PGA myself, and all the people that are rooting for me.
So when you go back home now and you sit and talk with your juniors and the kids that you were talking about this week, how do you tell them about your experience here? Personally, I mean, supposed to, and what they want, what they can learn from this, besides being able to show their emotions like it is.
I mean, everything's a process. I mean, I think that, in this day and age, there's just so much, everybody only posts the highlights on Instagram and Facebook and social media. And that, you look at Alex Noren out here, you look at Bryson. I mean, these guys are the best in the world, and these guys are, Alex Noren, I do not know how he's still standing. I mean, that guy was on the range for hours and hours and hours every single day. And Bryson's the same way. And, that's the biggest thing, is that there's no, I don't think there's no quick fix. There's no magic formula that's going to get you there in a week or a month. It's just, I think, kind of sustained effort over time that's going to get you to that place. I mean, that's what, I was just absolutely stunned. I mean, I feel like I'm a hard worker myself, just in my own game and my teaching as well. But, man, some of these guys, it was really impressive to see. Really impressive to see the amount of work that goes in at the highest level.
Let's go back to Jeff.
Playing mini tours and like the Dakotas tour, stuff like that. This was really the first time on a stage, any kind of tour event, right?
Yeah.
Does it whet your appetite to get out there and do it again?
Yeah. Absolutely. I played with Adam Hadwin today, and we were walking down the 18th fairway, and he's got to go to open sectional qualifying. I guess they call it final qualifying now, but as well. So he's going to Columbus. I'm going up to Washington, and he was just asking what else I was playing in. And I think right before that sectional qualifier, I'm playing in a mini tour event where the first place is $10,000. So it's going to be a little bit of a culture shock to go back to that.
Tour?
It's a little thing up in Spokane. I'm just kind of playing it because it's just right before final qualifying for U.S. Open. So obviously need a few days off after this. So wanted to kind of get some reps in before like to obviously try to qualify for the Open.
So not quite 11 million next week.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's a little different purse.
One more back in 11.
Brad just showed up here. Sorry if you've already touched on this, but the thousands of PGA professionals around the country. I know you've had support here from friends and family, but you also have their support watching you all week. What's it mean to you to represent all those professionals on a stage like this?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know how many people were watching. That it's pretty honored to represent those people, and the amount of messages that I've received from people that don't even know me, just randomly kind of Googled me and looked at my email and things like that it's been incredible. Totally unexpected, and can't thank the people that have been supporting me all week long. It means the world to me.
Brad, it's been a joy to get to know you a little bit this week. We wish you the best moving forward as you try to qualify for the U.S. Open and all those events you're lined up, and enjoy your as you reintroduce yourself to all your students back home.
Thanks a bunch, guys. I appreciate it. Enjoyed the week.
Yeah.